Yeah.
Hi everyone, this is Samit from Talks on Ground. We have Harish here, and welcome Harish
Namaskar.
from United Arab Emirates. आप तो बहुत
Thank
बड़े
you.
वहाँ के फेमस बिजनेसमैन, फाइनेंशियल कंसल्टेंट हो,
The-
एंड आई वेलकम यू अगेन टू द शो.
Yeah, thank you very much. बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद आपका.
तो आई थिंक एक हफ्ते पहले हमने बात करी थी इकोनॉमिक्स पे, थोड़ा सा टच करा था पॉलिटिक्स पे. तो आज हम विल गो बिट डीपर इन दी politics part. So for the audience, Harish and I took a bit of an analysis, collating some data. हमने कई जगह से डेटा लिया, opinions लिए, उसके बेसिस पे और हमारी समझ के बेसिस पे हमने एक एनालिसिस करी है. इट इज नॉट एन एग्जिट पोल बट इट्स अ इलेक्शन फोरकास्ट. सो ये जो इलेक्शन फोरकास्ट है ये हम आपको प्रेजेंट करेंगे. उसके पहले आई जस्ट वांट टू लाइक डिस्कस बिट ऑन द मेथड एंड आल्सो सम व्यूज. नंबर्स ही सब कुछ नहीं होता है. तो सम ओपनिंग कमेंट्स इन टर्म्स ऑफ व्हाट डू यू सी दिस इलेक्शन एज, क्या मुद्दे रहे, और आपको क्या फील आया है इस इलेक्शन.
So I think overall, if we have to look at the key issues in this election from the BJP's perspective, and then I can talk about the opposition. I think the number one will be development. क्योंकि this, whether it is urban, rural, and rural maybe गांव के लोग, everybody gets affected by it, and it is very visible. तो मैं भी उत्तराखंड के एक बहुत बैकवर्ड गांव से हूँ. मैं गया लास्ट ईयर तो सड़क बन चुकी थी हमारे गांव में, एंड आई कुड टेक माय डैड. टॉयलेट बन चुका था और नल आ गया था. पानी नहीं आया था, नल आ गया था, बट एटलीस्ट इट वाज विजिबल. सो
So can I stop you?
या.
I was just listening to one podcast by Sushant Sinha, where he was interviewing Subramaniam Swamy
राइट.
from BJP. So he said कि ऐसा कुछ नहीं है, कोई कोई सड़क नहीं बनी है, कोई टॉयलेट नहीं बना है, और ये सब एडवर्टाइजिंग है. बट आप कह रहे हो
सो
कि ऐसा है.
सो हमारे गांव में बना है. और ऑन द 75th ईयर ऑफ इंडिपेंडेंस, मैं और मेरा भाई हम इंडिया के लास्ट विलेज में गए, इंडो तिब्बत बॉर्डर पे. जो 10 साल पहले हम गए थे, हमें उस गांव को पहुंचने में 4 दिन लगे थे ट्रैकिंग से. और अब जीप से हम 5 आवर्स में पहुंचते हैं. तो ये सड़क बनी है. और वो माइग्रेटरी विलेज है. वहां पे हर एक के पास इंटरनेट था क्योंकि इसरो ने सैटेलाइट दी है. सो एवरीबडी हैज वाईफाई. वहां पे बिजली है क्योंकि सरकार ने हर एक को सोलर पैनल दिया है. और इन द ईयर 2022 वहां पे नल लग गया था. पानी नहीं आया था, बट दैट वाज 15th of August 22. तो नल लग गया था. तो सड़क, वाईफाई, पानी, एंड वहां बिजली के टावर्स नहीं होते, सेल टावर्स नहीं होते, बट सैटेलाइट है, फ्री में मिली है हर विलेज में. सो ये मेरा तो अपना एक्सपीरियंस है उत्तराखंड में, क्योंकि ये लास्ट विलेज है जहां तक हम जा सकते हैं. और मेरा अपना गांव जो रिमोट है, इतना रिमोट नहीं है. वहां सड़क बन चुकी है, टॉयलेट आ चुका है. तो चीजें हो रही हैं. मैं आपको ऐसी जगह की बातें बता रहा हूँ जहाँ दिल्ली से पहुंचने में 24 घंटे लगते हैं. तो इंडिया के बहुत छोटे पॉपुलेशन के लोग वहां तक पहुंच पाते हैं. तो मैंने तो देखा है अपनी आंखों से. ये स्टोरी नहीं है.
हमारे सो आपके हिसाब से क्या इशू है इलेक्शन का? यू मीन दिस डेवलपमेंट वर्क जो हुआ है वो है इशू?
तो आई थिंक डेवलपमेंट वर्क एक चीज होगी. सेकंड होगा नेशनलिज्म. क्योंकि ऑल थ्रू हिज 4-5 years मोदी जी देश की बहुत बात करते हैं. कई लोग बोलेंगे बहुत बात करते हैं, लेकिन उन्होंने बहुत कुछ किया है. आर्मी को स्ट्रॉन्ग किया है, करप्शन कम किया है, उसके बाद G20 किया है. सो देशभक्ति मीन्स नाउ व्हाट मोदी जी से. और आई थिंक तीसरा जो है वो है राम मंदिर और उनकी भक्ति. क्योंकि वो ड्रामा नहीं कर रहे हैं कि मैं भक्त हूँ, वो ड्रामा नहीं कर रहे हैं कि मैं हिंदू हूँ, वो प्रैक्टिस कर रहे हैं. और जो आदमी प्रैक्टिस करता है वो थोड़ा सा ऑनेस्ट होता है. तो उसका आई थिंक एक अंडर करंट है. लोग ओपनली हमारे कल्चर में नहीं है बोलना कि आई एम अ प्राउड हिंदू, आई एम अ प्राउड प्रैक्टिसिंग. बट उसका अंडर करंट है, क्योंकि मैं उत्तराखंड से हूँ, हरियाणा के गांव में मैं गया हूँ, यूपी के गांव में गया हूँ, सब लोग अपना ध्यान भजन करते हैं, औरतें मंदिर जाती हैं, लेकिन कोई हल्ला नहीं करता। तो ये पिक करना बड़ा मुश्किल होता है, क्योंकि हमारे नॉर्थ इंडिया में औरतें ज्यादा रिलीजियस हैं। आदमी लोग काम करते हैं, मंदिर, घर के अंदर टेम्पल्स जाना। तो ये औरतों में ये मेरे ख्याल से बड़ा है। तो आई थिंक ये मोटे मोटे तीन मुद्दे हैं जो हर एक को इम्पैक्ट हुआ है। नेशनलिज्म, थोड़ा इनका जो है राम मंदिर का इम्पैक्ट, एंड डेवलपमेंट स्टोरी जो चल रही है, एंड रियल रियल स्टोरी है वो, इट्स नॉट जस्ट बीइंग सोल्ड।
तो मतलब मैं इस पे ये ऐड करूंगा कि फ्रॉम आई थिंक 18th 19th ऑफ अप्रैल जैसे ही इलेक्शन स्टार्ट हुआ, आई सेंस दैट देयर वाज अ बिट ऑफ अ शिफ्ट इन द नैरेटिव। और जो ऑपोजिशन के का पिच था, एक तो उन्होंने, जो मुझे समझ आया, दे स्प्रेड सम रूमर्स इन राजस्थान प्राइमरीली, एंड हरियाणा में तो अलग इश्यूज हैं, एंटी इनकम्बेंसी भी कह सकते हो आप। तो उसमें उन्होंने ये करा कि भी रिजर्वेशन खत्म हो जाएगा, इनको 400 पार इसलिए चाहिए कि कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन चेंज करना है, विच इज अ अनसर्टन फ्यूचर, यू डोंट नो कि क्या करेंगे। प्लस देर इज अ क्रेडिबिलिटी कि अगर मोदी कह रहे हैं तो वो करेंगे। देन देर वाज दिस certainty or rather one-sidedness of the contest, perception wise। और उसके बाद थोड़ा सा एक आई कैन से सम slight polarization by Modi ji, you know, picking up some issues like Mangal Sutra bech denge, this that, which is valid if you read Congress manifesto, but then ये एक चेंज दिखा। एंड फिर अरविंद केजरीवाल की रिहाई हुई। आई कैन से फ्रॉम दिल्ली कि भाई मेरे कॉन्स्टिट्युएंसी में दी कैंपेन फ्रॉम द आम आदमी साइड आई डिड नॉट सी, एक्सेप्ट वन, वो शेयर्ड ऑटो टाइप जो होता है वो जा रहा था, उसके अलावा मैंने देखा नहीं। बीजेपी का कैंपेन मैंने देखा फ्रॉम आई थिंक 25th को था इलेक्शन, अराउंड 20th को मैंने देख लिया था, 20th या 21st, उसके पहले बीजेपी का यहाँ पे कोई कभी नहीं आया है। सो दैट्स दैट। ऑन द इलेक्शन डे वी सॉ दैट देवर both parties had booths, वो टेबल लगाते हैं जो, but most people were going to the BJP booth and none was going to the आम आदमी booth, at least दो तीन बारी जो मैंने देखा। So this was my local anecdotal story. So there is a attempt by the opposition and a smart strategy, I think, कि इस इलेक्शन को आप मोदी जी से हटा के यू मेक इट लोकल, कि भी कैंडिडेट एंटी इनकम्बेंसी होती है, एंटी इनकम्बेंसी अगेंस्ट द स्टेट लीडरशिप, मे बी सम veering away of this whole reservation thing, या जो भी rumors फैलाए। So all of that put together, there was a bit of a, this was a different campaign from 2019। तो एक ये है, तो जब हम एनालिसिस कर रहे थे, I mean as I mentioned to you also, so I think this election is going to see some very strange state wise वेरिएशंस जो कि हमने पहले भी देखी हैं। 2019 में we saw that Punjab, Kerala, Tamil Nadu, they bucked the trend. You know, there was no Modi wave there. They were going in a different direction. So I think we are going to see some very state by state uh, variations. I think that's my take.
So इसको, there are two ways to look at it. One is that आप ये बोलें कि ये change in strategy है compared to the previous election, और दूसरा मैं इसको बोलूंगा ये from the opposition side, this was the need of the hour. क्योंकि what has happened is, if you see the trend 14, 19 and moving to 24, wherever BJP is fighting Congress, I don't think they have much opposition from the Congress. So if the strike rate was 92, चलो ठीक है, नीचे 90 चला जाएगा, So there is not much of competition between the two. Now, what is the second bit? The second bit is now BJP is actually challenging Mamta Didi in Bengal, Naveen Babu in Odisha, and the DMK or the Dravidian parties in a big way in Tamil Nadu. So BJP is now, in a way, not challenging Congress, it is now challenging local and regional parties. So अगर आप उनकी उनका व्यू लें तो BJP is actually fighting the really local elections against the local regional governments. तो उसके लिए strategy is would be to make it a lot more regional rather than national. So what can this mean is that Congress is not going anywhere. Maybe they are winning the same number of seats because you have already made it very regional. Because at the national level, there's nobody against Modi. So ठीक है, अब आप you can fight smaller battles. So I think that's my view.
Sure.
और और
So,
एक चीज और if I can add, आपने जो starting में बोला था that what was the narrative and how it changed. So I think इसमें हमें थोड़ा सा we should be careful कि जैसे मैं यूपी का हूँ पहले देन उत्तराखंड कि जो जो रिमोट एरियाज में लोग हैं वो ये नहीं समझते कि संविधान बदल जाएगा. लोगों को
right,
संविधान का पता नहीं है. ये एक बलून है संविधान. ये आई थिंक हमारे जैसे आपके जैसे जो शहरों में जिन्होंने बहुत पढ़ा है स्कूल में संविधान पढ़ा है वो समझ रहे हैं. जो जो रूरल इंडिया है उसके लिए संविधान का मतलब क्या होता है. उसके लिए संविधान का मतलब है इलेक्शन में वोटिंग देना. चाहे गांव ग्राम पंचायत हो, नगर हो, स्टेट हो और नेशनल हो, वो जा रहे हैं वोट देने. वहां कोई करप्शन नहीं मिल रहा उनको. तो ये संविधान बदलने का ये जो है ये आई थिंक ये थोड़ा सा अर्बन स्टोरी है. आई थिंक जो रूरल के लिए उन्होंने स्टोरी जो शायद की होगी वो ये होगी कि रिजर्वेशन में क्या चेंजेस आ सकते हैं. डज इट वर्क अगेंस्ट द मोदी गवर्नमेंट. बट उसमें आई थिंक रिजर्वेशन के साथ द डेवलपमेंट स्टोरी इज द काउंटर ऑफ बीजेपी टू द रिजर्वेशन. एंड उसका एक दूसरा काउंटर ये है कि द मोदी गवर्नमेंट बाय एंड लार्ज has tied up, for example, in UP with a lot of smaller parties, which are all caste based or community based parties. So that gives a good idea that they are trying to tie up those loose ends. Similarly, in Tamil Nadu,
right.
right? So I think वो narrative and केजरीवाल का narrative beyond Delhi, जहां से वो 14 और 19 में सीट नहीं जीत पाए, I think I would not like to comment much on it, but he gets disproportionate screen time because of being close to Delhi.
Right. So, at this point, let's delve into the presentation. तो viewers को एक idea लग गया होगा कि I think I am falling on the side where I think there has been some impact by the opposition,
Yeah.
and I think Harish is falling on the side where there is less effect of that. But the numbers and the analysis is a mix of the two. So both of us are on the line here.
Sorry, just one thing कि
Yeah,
जीडीपी ग्रोथ नंबर आ जाए और अमेरिका को एक दिन पहले पता चला और एसएनपी ने हमारा आउटलुक पॉजिटिव किया एक दिन पहले.
right.
So,
That I saw,
so
and which is after 14 years or something.
that I don't know, but so they came to know of it before it was released. So I don't know what's the story behind that.
Right. One second, I'll just bring up the.
Right.
Is it visible?
I think it's
I
quite
think it's
visible.
quite visible.
ये मेरी
One
आवाज
second.
डबल हो रही है, echo हो रही है. So I don't know, something
Okay.
has been turned on. No.
1 second. One second, I'll just try it again.
Right. Now it's not echoing.
Is it visible?
Yeah, I can see the presentation, but I think we should go to the previous slide where you are talking about the blocks.
Right, right. One second, let me just try doing that.
Right,
Okay.
right.
Is it visible now?
This is very visible. Thank you.
Okay. So, the way we have looked at this is that there are four fundamental regions in India for different states. तो स्टेट जो है वो या तो बैकयार्ड है बीजेपी का, जिसमें बीजेपी का अपना कोर स्ट्रेंथ है एंड इट डजंट हैव और नीड एलाइज, और उसने काफी टाइम तक रूल करा है इन इन स्टेट्स को. और stronghold is somewhere where BJP has a core strength in the state but needs or has allies, has ruled the state for a period of time in the last 10 years, but not continuously or alone. Growing और competitive areas are कि वो बीजेपी का competition area है, वो grow कर रहा है, लेकिन बिना allies के शायद ना कर पाए, और शायद करा भी ना हो. फीबल वहां है जहां बीजेपी वीक है, वहां पे it needs allies and has not ruled the state at all. So that's how we classify it. Should we go to the numbers?
Yes, please.
Okay, take away.
So I think यहाँ पे तो this is BJP's backyard. Backyard मेरे ख्याल से वो states हैं जहाँ पे almost clean sweep होता है इनका.
Right,
So I think in the backyard, if you look, I don't see story changing much. Maybe slightly lower count in Rajasthan. They're getting impacted. Maybe a bit in Madhya Pradesh because they have had anti-incumbency at the state level. Um, Delhi maybe a seat or two. But I think the overall, this remains the core stronghold where out of 118 seats, BJP 114, and they are saying that they may lose 3 or 4 seats here. So, and these they have been. So the second is the, yeah, so backyard is fine. Next is the stronghold. So I think
right,
the interesting bit stronghold में ये है कि यहाँ पे उत्तर प्रदेश, कर्नाटका, Assam, these were not BJP strongholds in 2014. So these emerged as the strongholds. Assam when they won significant seats, Uttar Pradesh. So these I think they started from not being very strong, but they have consolidated, and it will be the third election where in a big state like Uttar Pradesh, in a big state of Northeast like Assam, which is very multi-religious, multi-community, they have settled themselves well. So actually, they have made 80 plus 40, 94 out of 146 because traditionally Haryana, Jharkhand, to some extent, Karnataka, they have been winning. But these two states is where they have worked very well, and their strength keeps increasing. I will not be surprised if Uttar Pradesh may, this is maybe they get plus 70, but I have given them a conservative 70 seats.
right. So I will also just make one comment कि आप देखो इस grouping में there is anti-incumbency in Haryana. We know Sirsa and Rohtak are in the today's language फंसी हुई सीट.
Right.
उत्तर प्रदेश में देर इज अ लॉट ऑफ चैटर. आई डू थिंक ये जो हमने 70 दिया है थोड़ा कंजर्वेटिव है. ये ऊपर जा सकता है. इवन हरियाणा नंबर कैन गो अप बट इट कैन ऑल्सो गो डाउन बाय अ सीट और टू. कर्नाटका नंबर अगेन आई थिंक देर इज मोर ऑफ अपसाइड पॉसिबल देन अ डाउनसाइड. एंड झारखंड में वी आर हियरिंग सम न्यूज अबाउट Hemant Soren getting jailed, his wife coming in, then his sister-in-law coming to BJP. So that has changed some things. तो थोड़ा dip दिखा रहे हैं तो I think it's a conservative estimate again. असम में honestly I think after the delimitation, this can really become the state where they gain more. But again, एक सीट वहां पे ऐसी है डुबरी की कि वो तो जीती नहीं जा सकती। एंड आई थिंक वहां पे जो ग्रॉस नंबर ऑफ एक्चुअल वोट्स कास्ट is the largest in India at 25 lakhs. Most seats in India don't have 25 lakhs as the number of eligible voters. So it's a
Okay,
massive seat with a
right,
lot of Bangladeshi Muslims and all that. And net
right,
net, you can see that Uttar Pradesh and Assam are pulling up the numbers and covering for any losses in Haryana, Karnataka, and Jharkhand. And in all of these places, in fact, in all the five places, an upside is possible. In Haryana, a possible downside, maybe Karnataka also, though I think 18 or 17 is what they got in 2014. तो ये इनका हिस्टोरिकल नंबर है भी ऑलमोस्ट 20 साल से बीजेपी का, तो ये बहुत ही सेफ नंबर है, इससे कम नहीं जाएगा बीजेपी। एंड फ्रॉम द रिपोर्ट्स आई सी 18 is the minimum number that they expect. Even Congress, when they're stretching their imagination, they're saying we are winning 14, right? So
right.
I think we'll be close to the ballpark. Do you
I
want
think
to
if
add
we
in
can
something?
add, yes, I think if I can add about Uttar Pradesh, where uh, the BJP won, I think 62 last year in
Right.
2019. Now you are giving them just four extra. Whereas in
Right.
last election, you had Bahujan Samaj Party and Samajwadi Party fighting together, which was a more formidable opposition. So now you have a three-way contest. So I think we have been conservative and we haven't given much advantage to BJP from 62 to 66. It's only four seats. My sense is that you may have two, three extra seats there.
Because वहां पे तो RLD, Kushwaha, Nishad Party, they are all in BJP, and
Right,
BSP is not with Samajwadi, so they are really up
right,
against it. So
true,
I do think that number can go up.
right.
I agree.
Let's
Then let's move forward.
move forward. Yeah,
These are the competitive states. So I'll just add a comment कि
right,
उड़ीसा बड़ा इंटरेस्टिंग स्टेट बना हुआ है कि वहां पे अगेन दिस इज अ कंजर्वेटिव नंबर. आई विल नॉट बी सरप्राइज्ड इफ बीजेपी स्वीप्स इट completely. And the reason is कि Congress vote is completely collapsing. BJD is on the back foot, especially on the Lok Sabha, in the Lok Sabha area. And बीजेपी को जब मोमेंटम मिलता है तो इट कैन बिकम अनस्टॉपेबल. एंड नवीन पटनायक बीइंग very close to NDA at times, I don't think he really knows what to do now. He's old and he has health issues. So I really
right,
think Odisha number can go up. Initially बिहार में बहुत बातें हो रही थी. I do think 16 से नीचे जा सकता है बीजेपी. But I think mota mota, this is four down from last time. Then you have Maharashtra where there is a lot of chatter और इसलिए हमने करीब 5 सीट्स कम दिए हैं लास्ट टाइम से. वेस्ट बंगाल में 7 ज्यादा दिए हैं because I think again BJP is doing very well. Telangana we've given 5 more. So these are all states where BJP is growing. Except Bihar, अगर आप निकाल दो Bihar and Maharashtra, all the other states are growing. And if Bihar and Maharashtra BJP does better than these numbers, then you are looking at 370. Yeah,
right. So I think I agree with you. And if I can add, Odisha story is normally Odisha. We only hear of Odisha during elections. Maybe
right.
that's once in 5 years for rest of the year. But what I hear is that there's a lot of development that has happened. Roads have been
Mhm.
done. So the state government has actually done good work, and that is the reason why they have won. But having said that, Naveen Babu has been there for 25 years. People know he's not doing well, and then the person who is likely to succeed him is being propagated as outsider. So I think this is a state where BJP has focused a lot, and outside the media. So it's very difficult to get a sense unless somebody has gone there, spoken to people. But I think my sense is from the limited what I know, BJP has focused a lot more. And Naveen Patnaik's party is on the back foot. And so that has an advantage after 25 years. Uh, I think Maharashtra will be very, very interesting. And we have been conservative because we don't want to overstate the numbers and overall 36. But my sense is that uh, the key issues for rest of the country like development, nationalism, uh, and the Ram Mandir. People are religious in Maharashtra. The rural Maharashtra is also quite religious. These will have an impact, and I will not be surprised if overall 36 they may get two, three extra seats. And Bengal, from what I hear, they are certainly making additions to how or what they achieved in 2019, both Bengal and Telangana. Punjab will be interesting because they are fighting alone. So I think I haven't spoken to anybody about the Punjab, so possibly you would know or you can add some more color to it.
Yeah, so I think for India, I mean, not BJP or Modi, the two states where I think if BJP adds numbers, it'll be good is West Bengal and Punjab. Because you know they're border states and there's a brewing violence issue going on in West Bengal. And Punjab, we know the history. So if Punjab turns towards BJP, even if these numbers don't come in terms of the seats and they get a good vote share, I think that will be a win. And West Bengal, I have a sneaky feeling that ऐसा भी हो सकता है कि BJP's vote share crosses Mamata Banerjee's vote share, TMC's vote share by 2-3%. Of course, if there is one regional leader in India who can hold their ground, it is Mamata Banerjee. So the last phase tomorrow is in her backyard. And those 9 seats are very tough to get, and BJP is slated to get only one or two. Last time they got none. So it's interesting they've scheduled it right towards the end of the election. So I think West Bengal, Maharashtra, other two states, and Punjab, we have to watch very carefully because that can do a lot of things, not just for the election, but also for the future of India.
So and if sorry if I can just add about if on Maharashtra and Punjab, these are the states where BJP is actually fighting a much bigger war because Maharashtra was typically four. It was a not even a triangular. In a way, it used to be a triangular contest with NCP and Congress, and sometimes BJP staying out with Uddhav Thackeray. So all permutations, combinations. So my sense is wherever there's a lot of uncertainty in the elections, I think Modi gets the benefit because nobody likes this khichdi. Whether Shiv Sena broke by themselves or somebody else, NCP, then there's too much of fruit food happening. I think in this sort of environment, a strong leader benefits. And the similar story will be for Punjab because you have Congress, Shiromani Akali Dal. So people tend to look at the positive when you have so many parties. So I think we can be surprised with both Maharashtra and Punjab also.
I agree, I agree.
Yeah.
And now coming to the
Yeah.
states that are really weak areas for BJP, Tamil Nadu, Kerala, Andhra, some small states like Sikkim, Mizoram, Nagaland. I know a couple of there BJP has partners who have gotten power, gotten them seats, uh, but they are very, very small and they're not very significant individually. But as a grouping, they contribute 14 seats. Uh, Tamil Nadu is a very interesting story. Really difficult to say कि 6 आएगा 3 आएगा 2 आएगा 1 भी नहीं आएगा या 10 आ जाएगा. My personal reading, even though our consensus is 6, I really think BJP can go up to 8 or individually they can go up to 5. And Total can be 8 or 10 also. And Kerala, I think, is slightly overstated. It can go down to 1 also. Because in states में बहुत सारा बैक एंड पे गेम होता है, खेला होता है. So we don't know. Andhra is a very nice story where BJP is gaining 3 seats purely from a partner. These are the only 3 seats that a NDA partner is bringing in for BJP on their own because BJP has no votes there. Um, there's a small drop for BJP in the small UTs, uh, especially Ladakh,
Right.
and a possible loss in one of the Jammu seats. So,
Right.
anyways, the total number still looks pretty
Yeah.
good because it's plus what 26 or something from last time.
Right.
Yeah,
Right. So I think here, in my view, the story is कि Tamil Nadu में we can debate about the seat, but there's an excitement. There's a focus of Delhi, means Modi. So, and a lot of resources will be invested. So, Tamil Nadu people are very proud of who they are. And the good thing is, when you fight so much in a state for growth development, uh, they are religious, they feel nice about it because now somebody outside the state is also talking positive. So I think that's a good thing. Kerala is, I think, still a tough fight, but maybe a vote share goes up. Andhra Pradesh, they have good alliances. So I think the impact of this fourth one, where BJP is feeble, is that they are there now. In this every election, BJP tends to have one or two states where it emerges in a big way. 2014 was UP and Assam. From nowhere, they came there. In 2019, it was Telangana and Bengal. And I think this election is about Bengal plus, um, Telangana plus, Andhra plus, and Odisha plus. So if you really see the Modi bandwagon, what it means is that from being strongholds of West and North, they East, they are now closer to the South now, much closer, because East, in a way, Bengal, they are winning seats. Odisha, they will win. So then, anybody saying about BJP that, in a big block, they don't win seats, they will win some seats. But with this vote share, 2029 will be the time when you'll say now there's a competition, real killer for now the rest of whether it is Tamil Nadu or uh, Kerala. So I think BJP is there now, in my view, in a very, very strong way. So vote share, I think certainly will go up. And Tamil Nadu will be the outlier this time around, in my view.
right. So, one thing I wanted to add, these states contribute 92 seats as of now. I mean,
Right,
delimitation to होएगी 2026 में. 92 seats is 12 more than Uttar Pradesh. So if you
right,
can become strong in, say, minus the J&K Ladakh, I mean, it still leaves you with 86. तो अगर
yeah,
आप इन एरियाज में स्ट्रांग हो जाते हैं, you will never fall short of paths to victory. एक मैंने
right,
प्रोग्राम करा था 2-3 दिन पहले on paths to
right,
victory. And I think this is what, if these areas open up for BJP, 29, 34, 39 come into play. Because how will you stop BJP from getting to 50? And it'll be willy-nilly impossible for a while.
right.
Anyways, अब total numbers देखते
Yeah.
हैं.
Chalo, let's
So
see the
this
bag
is,
number.
yeah, so as you can see, backyard और strongholds में एक -5 हो रहा है, cumulative.
Right, right,
बट ग्रोथ एरियाज और जहाँ प्रेजेंस नहीं है वहां पे 38 गेन हो रहा है. सो यू आर गोइंग
yeah,
फ्रॉम 303 टू 324 and the
right,
alliance is adding 62 and you're ending with 386 which is 14 less than 400. अब इसमें
yeah.
प्लस माइनस 10 आप कर सकते हो. I will be very surprised if on the downside this goes below 375.
Right. So I think my sense is I quite agree with you. तो हमारा रेंज जो है फॉर बीजेपी इज 303 of last and 324. But I think a question I'll be making to you, Samit, is that typically in every election there are two states where BJP does in an emerging state they get outlier seats. So which are those two states in your view in this election
You mean to say, like as a gain?
as a gain? And it's a big gain,
I think Odisha definitely looks in play.
right?
I don't think Kerala is in play. I don't think
Right,
Telangana BJP has they have a mountain to climb. So they can't really go beyond 10, in my opinion.
right,
We've
right,
given them, I think, 9.
right,
So BJP itself is saying they're like in the fight in 11. But
right,
in Bengal, they cannot do more than 30, because 8 or 9 seats are such that they're impenetrable from a demographic perspective. So the surprise area for me can be Tamil Nadu, Odisha, and Punjab, because these are states you can sweep. There is no demographic uh, firewall,
right,
if I may. Telangana
right,
also doesn't really have, apart from Hyderabad. But I just
right,
don't think BJP has the ground strength to convert it into a sweep. So if you're looking for a massive gain, and Tamil Nadu numbers, with the kind of turnout you had, I am not very sure if BJP is getting more than, like, even if they go beyond our numbers, I don't think they're getting into 20s.
right,
But remember,
right.
Tamil Nadu can be very very surprising. वो बिल्कुल
True. Right,
sweep देता है जिसको भी देता है. So you never
right,
know. It can also be a negative surprise also. So definitely Odisha, possibly Punjab.
right, right. So that means the narrative, Modi has significantly changed the narrative in three elections from being uh, a Baniya party mainly to
Right.
getting all the caste under the fold. That's one. Second is from being mainly a North and a West party to getting the East also under his folds and the influence in the South. So I think this
Absolutely,
this
absolutely.
this will be a very big change in the national politics because what that means is the regional governments will be under threat now.
Right. And
Yeah,
completely agree with you. And
yeah,
let's wrap up for today.
right,
And कल exit poll आ जाएंगे. So let's
right,
compare our numbers with
right.
like a poll of polls or something, and we can come back maybe on third if possible, just before the
Certainly, let's
results.
do that. Yeah, just
Yeah,
do
yeah.
let's do that.
It will be a good check for us also.
Yeah,
Have we
yeah.
got it right?
All right. Okay. Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you, Harish. Good.
Okay,
Have a good
Namaskar.
day.